Tansei bonjour, hello everyone. My name is Louis Jagger. I'm the Region 2 Director for Métis Nation BC, but I'm also on the Emergency Preparedness Committee. I'm co-chair. And I'm really excited because we're sitting here in Port Alberni and Patrick's with us, but yes. Walter and I are on the road. And we ran into David Graham, who was one of the Red River Rangers. So I want you to explain a bit about that, because earlier on when we first got elected, we actually talked about this with all the wildfires in BC and what was happening and the major role that Métis played in partnership with the government of British Columbia in training Métis people all around the province to participate and help with this. But it seems now more than ever is when we need this program to come back and start up. So tell us a bit about that, Walter. You were one of the architects of that, were you not?
Yeah, well, they had a unicruise system in British Columbia that started in 1989. My dad was very instrumental in putting that program together, along with a gentleman out of the BC Forestry. His name was Paul Jababkoff. They created what was called the Aboriginal Unicruise System in British Columbia. We started that in 1988, and we were one of the very first unicruise created in BC. And then MNBC had put together what they called Red River Rangers.
Red River Rangers.
Stan, David, you were a very big part of the Rangers?
Yeah, for a number of years I got to be the crew leader, crew boss for one season, and it was excellent. Yeah, it was wonderful. Life-changing experience, best job I've ever had.
So like how many were in like a crew or?
So we had a unit crew is 20 people.
Okay.
And you could break that down into 4 or 5 packs, which could split up, send around, or we could send everybody out at once. So, but we all live together in the wall tent, spend our seasons together. We start training in May, sometimes the end of April, and if the season was good, we'd be working, living together all the way through September.
So how about that certification process? Was that in partnership with the government of British Columbia at the time?
Absolutely. So when you came in and started the boot camp, there was a physical component and then also a classroom where you had to do some basic entry-level training to certify on the fight on the fire line. But all that was offered through the Justice Institute.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Dave, just a little bit more. Maybe you can give us a little more details on what the Red River Rangers were all about, and and what you guys did, not just on the fire lines, but the camaraderie between the crews, and how you guys interacted with each other. And
that. Absolutely. Yeah. So when I got into the Rangers, I was young, 18, and fresh out of school. And I remember looking for something to do. I didn't know. I know the nation offered sort of jobs to get out working in the oil fields, and some Red Seal tickets for maybe swinging hammer or doing some electrical work. And then there was also the Rangers, and I jumped on that opportunity and thankfully was able to get into it, and it was life-changing. It was something that you could be proud of. I remember I'd never been around so many other Métis youths in my life. And here we were, all the way from home for the first time, and had to lean on each other. And we drove all over the West, or through Alberta, through BC, and doing all of our training. The Justice Institute, we were up at the Fire Training Center of Vermilion, Alberta, and it was a really stressful time. I remember it was very physical, demanding, and we made it through. We pulled together, and the friendships that came from that were lifelong. They still running today, and I know that it was the same for everybody there that got to experience that, and it was so magical, being a kid and not knowing what to do, and here it was, and all of a sudden, you're doing the best thing you can do. You're coming, you come into town with your crew and with our uniforms and our trucks, and kids would smile and wave at us, and people would be so happy that you're there to help save their property or
and their community.
That they're just there, they're just so thankful, and it was as a youth, it was an amazing feeling.
Our unicum that I worked on for many years, we were called the Dawes Creek Wildcats.
Yeah.
It was the same thing with us. We had a great camaraderie amongst all of our crew members. Like my dad was our crew leader, and we had one of the crews that had 21 men on it. Yeah, because we had the 20-man unit crew plus Dad. Hey, Dad was
the boss.
Yeah, he was the major boss, and he also influenced everybody. And our whole crew had a lot of respect for his leadership and his role within our crew.
Yeah.
And you know, like, you're right. When you come out of that off that unit crew at the end of the summer, you know, you don't lose that friendship. These are your buddies for life, and in most cases they're our brothers and sisters. You know, we've spent that much time together. When you're living in the same tents in the same little short community in the bush, and there's only you around, you know, you learn to really bond, and it's such an amazing feeling.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Dave. It's sure nice chatting with you today on this. It's been a while since I got to speak to somebody about, you know, fire suppression. It's been a long time since I've done it.
Man,
we've done a lot of fires over the years, and I miss doing that job. If I had a chance to go out tomorrow, I would. I would jump on it. I'd be sitting right alongside you, my friend.
Yeah, absolutely.
Again, thank you so much, David. Thank you for giving me this time and having this discussion. It's been great.
I appreciate it.